delighted and very honoured that we can be here in the town hall of Worcester for the official and historic launch of the Global Democracy Initiative. So I know we're a few minutes early here, but I think we already have the Mayor of Worcester who has joined us here in this beautiful room. So if it is all right with everyone, I would suggest that we proceed to the official launch of the Global Democracy Initiative. Thank you very much, everyone. And I will hand over to Gary, who is now...
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Thank you very much as well, Lucy, for moderating the webinar. And yeah, we move directly into the official signing ceremony that is going to be hopefully the highlight today. In case there are people in the audience leaving the webinar, thanks for joining the webinar. And as I said, we start with the signing ceremony. So it will be my part to give a short introduction first. I am Gary Colombo, Secretary General from GloCo. And let me start with saying that the human race has conquered many problems in the past, and many trends around the world are very positive. Example, we have less wars, more democracy, less poverty, more integration of minorities, longer life expectancy, and many new technologies like the internet. Nevertheless, the world is on fire. Mankind has also created some global problems that need more than just one innovation or one national law to solve them. Global warming and animal extinctions, tax evasion and migration, just to name a few. For some of these global issues, the solution seems overdue. The time to solve them has been yesterday. Why did it not happen? There have been many ideas and approaches already, maybe too many. Global issues can only be solved with global approaches. Thus, too many small and national solutions will not make the change. The good news, we have the technology, we have the ideas, we just need to implement it together and now. The Global Democracy Initiative will hopefully make this difference. Many people and organizations have great ideas about how to come up with global solutions and implement them, but only if we coordinate and our activities together and cooperate will we be able to get the job done. If the different organizations all believe that they have the only working hypothesis and everyone is trying to reinvent the wheel, we will wait much longer for the solution to come. There can only be one global democracy by definition. And that is why there is only one approach. Let's join forces and let's start now. How democracy works, everyone supports what the majority decided. If we all put our ego behind the best solution, we will be fast. If we all know the solution already, we will stay where we already are. To cite Einstein again. We are very happy and also a bit proud that we from GloCo were able to bring together 7 international organizations that will initiate the Global Democracy Initiative today and support it in the future. We are sure there will be more joining later, and also that we will be able to have an impact in the creation of a global democracy system. Personally, I'm looking very much forward to hear from each society why they signed the letter of intent today and are committed to support the GDI with their resources. It was planned to do that launch at the Global Forum of Modern Direct Democracy in Bern with a big conference. Obviously, Corona made us change the plans, but now we have nevertheless a very nice location where we can start the GDI, and I think to bring us all together internationally via Zoom is also an equivalent start. Before we start the signing, it is a great honor for me to introduce Barbara Thalmann, the mayor of Uster, to the signing ceremony. She supported the idea of GloCo right from the beginning, and now was so kind as to support also the Global Democracy Initiative and to host us in the town hall of Uster, where we are right now for this historic moment. Please, Barbara Thalmann, we look forward to hear from you why you support the Global Democracy Initiative, and thank you once again for hosting us here in this beautiful location. Barbara, please.
Thanks a lot, Gary, for these words, and welcome, welcome to Switzerland, and welcome to Uster here on the top roof of our town hall. My name is Barbara Thalmann, and I'm the mayor of Uster. Let me tell some words about our city. Uster is one of the 20 largest towns in Switzerland, but I would guess you have probably never heard of it before. As you know, Switzerland is a small country. Our towns are small too, and not as well known as some of the major metropolises with millions of inhabitants in your home countries. But you will have heard of Zurich, which is Switzerland's biggest city with 400 residents. Uster is just 20 kilometers from the city of Zurich and only about 10 minutes away on the train, which goes to show just how small Switzerland is. Today, Uster has a population of around 36,000. This includes many middle-class families who enjoy the high quality of life our town offers. We have a wide range of schools, an excellent healthcare system, including our own hospital, lots of shops in the town center, and a large sport complex. Uster also has wonderful scenery. You would see it if you were here, surrounded by forests and a lake, and the mountains, which just have a lot of snow. Uster's prosperity is thanks in part to 2,400 businesses that thrive here. They provide jobs and ensure a healthy economy. As mayor of Uster, my job is engaged with all these different elements that make up our town. I talk to people from the fields of business, education, sport, and politics. And I'm constantly reminded of the importance of communication. I'm fascinated by the way people assess a project based on their particular expertise. I'm fascinated by how people come to their different conclusions, and I find it enriching to understand their perspectives and discuss with them. Communicating with people, respecting their opinions, and engaging in dialogue is the essence of my job as mayor. It is also the foundation of Swiss democracy. The best way to illustrate this is with a concrete example. In 2 weeks' time, the citizens of Uster and also the whole Switzerland will vote on a total of 13 political proposals. That's right, 13. They will vote yes or no on a variety of different issues. Their votes will make a difference at various levels, depending on the proposals. They will impact Switzerland as a whole, the canton of Zurich, or the town of Uster alone. In Switzerland, democratic decisions are broken down to a very local level. We believe everyone who is affected by a decision should be able to have their say. And what kind of things are we voting on in 2 weeks' time? At the national level, we'll be voting at the CO2 Act, for example, and deciding what regulations Switzerland should introduce to help tackle global warming. All Swiss voters will be asked to give their opinion. In the canton of Zurich, citizens will also be voting on whether to offer families with children more financial support. And in Uster, the population will be deciding whether to approve funds for a new cultural center. As you can see, the topics we address as politically active Swiss citizens are many and varied. But our Democracy would not function the way it does if people were not prepared to take the time to have their say, to listen to opposing arguments and form their own opinions. At the heart of it all is one simple truth, the cornerstone of Swiss democracy, which goes back hundreds of years. We all need to be prepared to compromise. And with that in mind, I wish you the best of success with the Global Democracy Initiative. I have no doubt that you will earn recognition for your organization and make progress for democracy in the whole world. Thanks a lot and have a good time.
Thank you very, very much, Barbara, for this. And I think the example that Barbara mentioned is a very good example. We will vote here in the city of Uster about our cultural center. And I think that's the right thing because Uster can decide about Uster's cultural center. But Switzerland is also voting about a CO2 tax. And unfortunately, the chance that the CO2 tax might be neglected is there. And what will be the reason? The reason is that if we will introduce a CO2 tax in Switzerland only, it will give us a negative impact on Switzerland only. And I mean, that's a very good example why a CO2 tax can only be voted on a global level, because only then it will become a fair CO2 tax. So thank you very much for bringing up this example. So that's, I think, the right words to go now finally into the signing ceremony and to have the first organization sign our letter of intent today. For this, I would like to hand over the word to Asaf. Asaf will be the first person to give us his motivation about why he joins the GDI and also then show us how he signs the letter of intent. Please, Asaf, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Gary, and what a motivational speech of both of you. That was really, really great. I also made a small speech. So we are in the midst of the 6th mass extinction. Everything around us is breaking down, and we have so much to do, so many decisions to make, and so little time. Not only that, but the political system is working against us in most cases, since governments would not like to change the system and give up the power they hold. And our problems are global, complex, and intertwined with the local and national levels, which means the decisions we make on global level can cause suffering to people, cities, or even to nations. So we need to be very certain about the solutions we carry out and involve all stakeholders in the decision-making process. Stakeholders, of course, means everyone that can be affected from the solution. Also, instead of agreeing together on how to solve problems, representative democracy divides us to different parties that make us fight with one another instead of focusing on solving the problems we have. The current political system and the global establishment like the UN cannot facilitate such global change. What we need here is a massive global political innovation that will unite us against the problem we need to solve. As of today, we must decide to break industry standards and industry norms and create a system that will help us make better decisions on a mass scale. Now, global problems require global solutions. And the word global is like taking down the borders of the world and unite the different nationalities and different countries to a one united entity. GDI, I believe, is doing exactly that. We all have differences. We all think somewhat different from one another, but it doesn't keep us from working together, exploring solutions together, improving the system together, and trust one another. The GDI unites many organizations against the lack of decision making. And this is why I feel committed to help as much as we can and support the Global Democracy Initiative. So now I will just take off the background. And now you can see my, and yes.
Very nice job.
Here it is. First signature.
Thank you very much. One down. Thank you very much, also. So we hand over the word to Barnaby Flynn, who will be the second one signing in the name of Global People Power. Please, Barnaby.
So Global People Power are happy to become, more than happy, delighted to become part of the Global Democracy Initiative so that we can model that which we are inviting and demanding of the rest of the world, which is to work together despite our differences to tackle problems which impact us all in increasingly similar ways. With regards to signing, my printer is broken. I'm going to have to do that after the meeting. One thing I'd like to say is thank you for everybody who's not speaking, whose native language isn't English. I'm checking my privilege, so thank you for participating in my language.
You're welcome. Okay, so we still look forward to get your signed paper, Barnaby, then, but thank you for your contribution. Very much appreciated. So then I would like to hand over for the signing ceremony to Argentina, Democracia Global, where I think it will be Camila signing, right?
Yes, here, me. Can you hear me well?
Very well, thank you. Hi, Camila.
Hi, so we know that to build a global democratic system will not be easy. I have no doubt that we are here to cooperate and to work together. And so we need to work for global solutions. Normally, this kind of documents is our president or our vice president who signed, but today is an honor for me as Executive Director of Democracia Global to sign this document. So I hope you can see my screen here. Perfect.
Thank you very much. One more down. Thank you, Camila. So that means it's on me. And yeah, at GloCo, the global democracy to solve global problems, that was actually the one and only goal that we had and wanted to achieve from the very beginning. One belief we had at GloCo also from the very beginning is that the implementation must be done together. Most of the parts for a global democracy system are already existing, or at least in development, and we must collaborate with the best to have an impact and make a change soon. Therefore, one of the first things we did at GloCo when we started was to see what initiatives and technologies are already existing, and we would have joined others if there were already an organization working exactly on a system that we believed in. We did find a few approaches and organizations working on similar concepts and decided in 2019 in fall, that's actually when we founded GloCo officially, already to initiate the Global Democracy Initiative. The idea developed over the last 1.5 years and will now start as a real working initiative that we believe to be very important. We will be joining the GDI today because we believe in the shared objectives as they are set out in this very letter of intent. Nothing is as powerful as an idea whose time has come. I know I said that many times, but I really believe that the time is actually overdue, and therefore we should use the power and make the change. Only together the global problems can be solved. Only together the system to make the change can be implemented. So it is an honor for me to sign in the name of GloCo, the letter of intent for the Global Democracy Initiative. Thank you very much. And with that, I'd like to hand over, or actually switch over to the next initiative, which is Democracy Earth. Unfortunately, Santiago Siri could not make it to the signing in live. That is why I will try to switch on the presentation. And
did you switch on the audio?
You have to just give me a second so we can have Santi with us, hopefully, if I'm succeeding with the technology. One more second. Very sorry.
I can't hear him, Gary.
Oh, you cannot hear it. I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry. Then thanks for pointing it out. I'll try again. I'm a little bit too many things to do. Let's try again. Hopefully this time it works better.
Hi everyone, I'm Santiago Siri speaking, and I wanted to let you know that on behalf of
Can you hear him?
Democracy Earth Foundation, we'll be signing the Global Democracy Initiative, which is a great effort to start bootstrapping a process that can help us get to a global democracy. We consider at Democracy Earth Foundation that it's very important to start thinking about governance processes that can scale to the entire globe, that we give participation rights to every single human, regardless of nationality or birth of place, and that we start addressing the many challenges that our civilization and our planet face on the 21st century.
Thank you very much, Santi. And here is the proof, the signature also from Santi under the document. And if it's okay with Esten, I'll maybe skip you and move directly to David Gallup first, because then I only have to mess with the technology once. And David also excuses himself. He's from the US and he could not make it today. So he also sent us a nice video. So let's listen to David Gallup from the World Service Authority, our oldest, I would think, member. The World Service Authority is an organization that was founded in the 50s already, so almost 70 years old organization joining the Global Democracy Initiative.
Hello, my name is David Gallup. I'm president of World Service Authority and a human rights lawyer. World Service Authority is delighted to be a founding member of the Global Democracy Initiative. Right now, we're living in a world with multiple global problems that we cannot resolve independently in smaller communities like the nations or cities or regions even. We need to start resolving our global problems at the world level. We are living in a world where there's been more than 250 wars since the UN was founded. This means that our world community needs a brain. It needs a system to help us to live together peacefully with each other and sustainably with the earth. And working together with other groups around the world who are interested in promoting global democracy is going to be crucial to this effort of us coming together and resolving global problems. And the first way to do this is to help us to identify ourselves. Who are we? Well, first and foremost, we are all world citizens. We're citizens of this planet Earth. And by identifying ourselves at that highest level, we can come together with the greatest minds and the greatest thoughts and work together to resolve the world's problems. Once we've identified ourselves at this highest level, then we can start coming up with the different solutions or options, the best options that will work for all of humanity and for the Earth together. Then we can present those options to the world in a global, participatory, and democratic way and vote on these solutions. Then once we've voted on the solutions as one human voice and one human family, then we can start implementing those solutions. And then once we begin to implement them, we can also educate the public about how they can participate in promotion of these various strategies for resolving our global problems. And we can have a positive impact on the world as we work together as fellow humans and for the planet, which is our only home. Well, now I'd like to sign the Global Democracy Initiative letter of intent, which I have right here. So I'll sign it and then I'll show it to you. So let me put my location, which I am located in, well, planet Earth, of course, but specifically in Washington, DC. So let me put that, and then I will sign my name. Here we go. And I will show you my signature. If you can see, you may not be able to see it in this picture. So I guess I'll have to email it to you. But I'm so delighted to have been here today to share these few words, and my great excitement to be working with these other amazing organizations to have this one powerful voice for global democracy. Thank you.
Okay, and he sent it in. So here we also see the signature from David Gallup. Thank you very much to the World Service Organization. And with this, I'd like to hand over to Eston, who will be signing in on behalf of the Young World Federalists. Eston, please.
Yeah, hi. I'm Eston McCaig, and I'm the president of the Young World Federalists. The Young World Federalists call for a fundamental transformation of the way decisions are made at the global level. We believe that national governments have approached global problems with the same tools that they have used for centuries. They enter into voluntary treaties while reserving the right to completely ignore them. If humanity is going to solve its collective problems and protect its common interests, this outdated system of global governance must be transformed into something more inclusive, accountable, and enforceable. So I'm very happy today to sign on behalf of the Young World Federalists. I believe that the GDI is a great step towards the idea of a democratic Earth. And yeah, so I'll do what David did and I'll sign and then show you after. So there it is.
Thank you. Great job. Thank you very much, Eston. Thank you very much to all the other 6 organizations. And with this, we now have 7 signatures, 7 official members of the Global Democracy Initiative. The 29th of May, 2021 will be the official starting date. And I think now it is the pleasure on our side, and I hope you're all prepared as well, to go outside here where we have the champagne, the bottles, and start the celebrations. We hope that you're also opening up a bottle now around the world, celebrate the GDI, and hopefully soon we can do the same together one day where we all toast and have a great party together celebrating this day. Thank you very much. Best regards around the world from Uster. And hopefully, as I said, you will also have a nice drink together and toast to this great event. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest, but we will stay online so you can celebrate with us, of course. but let's first open up a bottle and have a drink together.
Woo! I haven't got a bottle opener. I can make the noise. Hey!
All right. I'll wait for these guys to pop the bottle then.
Oh, well, just now.
Woohoo!
Yes.
All right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.